YNR fans, happy Hump Day Wednesday. Yes, welcome back to the channel. And yeah, we got to dive into the latest episode of The Young and the Restless, where webs of power, romance, and family ties are spun tighter than ever. So we got to buckle up for a very fun rundown of all of the shenanigans that went down in Genoa City. I'm going to give you a few highlights and then we'll dive deep into this episode. But before we do, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more recaps. First, we see Claire has a shocking decision. Chance wants Summer to compromise, and Traci returns happy, and Alan is smitten. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and unpack this drama for August 14th. We kick things off over at Newman Enterprises. Nikki is practically bursting at the seams with all the excitement that she can give. She can't wait to dive headfirst into her role over at Chancellor, even though he hasn't acquired Chancellor yet. Like she's a queen ready to conquer her kingdom. Now, with the Chancellor legacy right in the palm of her hands as she's thinking, Nikki's ambition is shining through. She already set her sights on Claire, thinking of ways to bring her back into the fold. But Claire politely declined, and Nikki finds herself contemplating what could have been. Yet Nikki's resolve is unshaken, and she is determined to lead Chancellor to new heights. Her conversation with Victor is a little bit of tender yet tactical, with a mix of personal and business. Now, while Victor worries about the possible pitfalls of reuniting with Claire, Nikki assures him that she's in a good place. The ghosts of Claire's past are a distant memory, and Nikki believes wholeheartedly in all her potential. She'd roll out the red carpet for Claire, even if she ever changes her mind. And of course, Victor, ever the patriarch, is all about integrating everybody into this Newman dynasty. Meanwhile, over at the GCAC, we got Chance and Summer all cozied up, sharing their woes and worries. Now, Summer's heart is heavy, weighed down by the rough patch with Kyle and the chaos it brings with their little boy Harrison. Now, she's venting to Chance, feeling like Kyle's painting her as the villain. No, you're painting him as the villain. Now, her desperation is apparent as she reveals even Victor been looped in, speaking some sense into Kyle. However, it seems that it only stirred the pot even further. Audrey's re-entry into Kyle's life has thrown a wrench into everything in her head, making Summer's position all the more precarious. Now, Chance, being cool, calm, and collective, he advises caution instead. He gave her a reminder of his own tumultuous past with her auntie Abby, the battles over Dominic, and the importance of picking fights wisely. A custody battle could be a gamble with no guarantee of the victory. And why did he say that? Because she turns around and say, "Are you taking Kyle's side?" Every time somebody give her reality or reasonability, it's always taking Kyle's side. But Chance's words, it seemed to resonate because he mentioned a custody battle could be a gamble with no guarantee of a victory. Summer now is reconsidering based on those seeds, and for a moment, I was happy that maybe peace might be attainable with these two without the courtroom drama. But, just wait. So now we're in the park. Harrison's laughter fills the air as Victoria and Claire watch him playing. Now, Victoria's pride in her daughter is apparent, especially as Claire discusses her plans. Being a nanny brings Claire joy, but Victoria subtly gives her some hints at a future at Newman Enterprises. It's clear the Newman blood runs deep, with Victoria gently steering her daughter toward the family business. Now, Claire's heart, however, is torn between her current role with Harrison and the lure of a corporate career. Now, the custody battle is looming, influencing Claire's choices. Victoria, being a seasoned pro, give her a little bit of wisdom, hoping Claire won't let her experiences taint her view of love and marriage. Now, the discussion takes a different turn as they touch on the idea of Claire changing her last name to Newman. It's a symbolic gesture, a nod to her heritage, and she said, "Well, I didn't want to offend my dad with the last name Howard. I mean, in my opinion, maybe she should call herself Claire Newman Howard or Claire Howard Newman without leaving her dad's name out." But it looks like as a symbolic gesture, she decides to embrace her new name, Newman. Now, as we turn back at Newman, Claire's announcement of her name change brings joy to Victor and Nikki. Of course it does. Now, the Newmans are a tight-knit clan, and Claire's decision to officially become a Newman is a cause for celebration. Now, Victor, ever the proud grandfather, welcomes her with open arms. The Newman Empire is growing stronger, one family member at a time. Well, remember, we thought that Summer was going to reconsider based on the advice that Chance got her, and I said, just wait. Well, guess who's back in the park? Claire. And she crossed paths with Summer, seizing the opportunity now to dig for dirt on Kyle and Audra's relationship. Summer's suspicions are still on high as she hopes Claire might shed some light on the situation, all for Harrison's sake, of course. Now, I'm wondering if she's going to tell Summer the same thing, because Kyle tried to get her to spy and she told him no. So I'm hoping Claire is going to say the exact same thing to Summer. Now, my favorite part of this episode, over at the Abbott estate, Traci and Alan make a surprise return from LA with their suitcases full of stories and experiences. Diane shows up and her eyes widen at the sight of them back earlier than expected. Yeah, she's happy and so am I. I'm glad they found Traci some love in her life. Now all of the Abbotts are gathering over society. However, first, Jack and Billy are bickering over the company name change. As that takes center stage, Billy is eager to make his mark while Jack is cautious about maintaining legacy. Now their father's shadow looms large, adding attention to the mix. The debate over the Abbott name reveals deeper issues, with Jack worrying about Billy's tendency for self-sabotage. Now, despite their differences, there's a shared concern for Kyle in this conversation as well, whose recent behaviors raised some eyebrows. Now, the brothers agree sometimes failure might be the best teacher. Now, as they settle in for a meal, the conversation turns to Traci and Alan, new romance. Their connection blossomed in Paris, and their trip to LA brought them even closer. Now, Diane can't help but notice the sparkle in Traci's eyes, and I'm happy about that too. And it's clear that Alan is smitten. Now, the couple shares their plans, with Alan promising to be right by Traci's side once Ashley's treatment is complete. And the family support for each other is heartwarming in this moment, which is a reminder that even in the midst of all this drama, love and loyalty prevail. Okay, so there you have it, a day in the life of Genoa City's finest, from corporate takeovers to custody battles, and the saga continues, weaving together the lives and loves of Newmans and the Abbott families. We got to stay tuned for more. But let's get the conversation started down in the comment section. What do you think about Claire's decision to change her name to Newman? In my opinion, she was concerned about her dad's name, Howard. I would have maybe thought she would put both names as to represent both her father and her mother's side. Chance wants Summer to compromise, and for a moment I thought it was working. I was like, okay, great. I'm going to give him the star of the week. However, that was short-lived when meeting Claire in the park, trying to get information on Kyle and Audra's relationship. The only relationship they have is business, nothing else. And then Traci returns happy, and Alan is smitten. I'm happy for these two. I know a lot of you all thinking maybe that might be his twin brother Martin. I hope for the sake of the storyline it is not, but I'm enjoying watching these two on screen. Also, make sure you check out and stick around for the Bold and the Beautiful recap for today as well. We still have that crossover with Christine and Danny over at the Forrester Mansion as they party hardy, and it looks like we're going to get a little bit more drama with Hope, as she is still coming for Steffi's husband. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you're notified every time a video is posted. I'm T from Soap Corner Talk, and until next time, we'll see you guys soon. Bye, Soapies.